This will be a bit of a journal entry for Terabify. My name is Terab. I make videos about emotional intelligence every day. My mission is to inspire you to do the things that you want to do in life. The particular thing that I want to do in life is to give people the mesh, the foundations, the skills, the stimulus, perhaps, to become more emotionally intelligent. My belief is that if we get better at communicating, get better at understanding ourselves, and get better at knowing what our values are, we will live happier lives. So, what is it that I've been doing recently? I've been focusing a lot on the business end of things because it has come to my attention that an artist that does not understand business is essentially going to fail as an artist. The reason is that without funds, without the know how behind distributing your artwork or distributing your message to the world, you're probably not going to end up getting anyone to either A, buy your stuff, or B, more ideally, more probably deeply, interact with it in any capacity. So this message goes out to the artists, this message goes out to the people that are trying to accumulate a following or just put their gift out into the world. If your gift is talking or a service or really anything, the way that the world is moving now is we must be very aware of the social media trends. And not in the sense that it should alter your judgment of self or that it should alter your perception of society, really, but in the sense that you need to understand how attention works, how human nature works, in order to get the message out the best possible way. And as far as I can tell, environment is everything. So if we can manipulate our personal environments, we can change how we turn out. If we can manipulate the environments of our viewers in any capacity, then we can hopefully inspire them in whichever message that we're trying to convey. Meaning, consistency is the issue, my friend. So there's two schools of thought. There's one that says the less they know, the more they care. So you post every now and then, and you eventually get people to be curious about when you're going to post next, semi-randomly. The other approach, which is the one that I take, is just post regularly, just all the time, so that there's a sense of consistency, a sense of trust. Now, the funny part about all this is, if you don't have a strong enough why, you'll never continue doing it because it's hard work. For instance, right now, it's about 9:30 at night, and I have to make my videos for the day. And what keeps me going is knowing that the people that I want to be like are probably doing the same things. Meaning that Gary Vee says something very interesting. He says, in order to become the person that's powerful, that's successful, you need to have a higher tolerance for what's uncomfortable for you. So whatever is uncomfortable currently for me, I want to make the norm at the very least, so that I can grow as an individual, so I can give you more beneficial information, and ideally actualize my potential, which I believe is to give humanity the gift of giving a shit about life, genuinely. Being aware that we're alive and that we have a responsibility to use that life to some motive, some sort of purpose. If you don't believe that, I advise you to look at the people that many people respect, perhaps you even respect, and to dig into their philosophies. I will challenge anyone in the assertion that people do not live a better life if they're not driven by some sort of legacy or some sort of purpose. Having that in mind makes everything else better, really. So, in the sense of trying to further a statement, further a message in any capacity in your life, you must live the message. You must live the message, and this is the hardest thing. Eat your beans, eat your vegetables. And I found myself recently slipping a little bit on weekends, in particular on Fridays, playing too much Magic or not utilizing the hours nearly as efficiently as I could. And the only thing that brought me back really was knowing A, that I could do better, while having a belief in myself, but also B, having the inspiration. So my social media, Terabify, Instagram, is, if you go through my followers, you will find a lot of inspirational stuff. And the idea is, not only do I want to share that stuff to the world, because I believe that if people hear it, they'll live better lives, but also I want to inspire myself. So that first statement about crafting your environment, really it's going to impact everything that you do. It's going to impact everything that any human does, the environment. And anyone that says otherwise is probably not doing all that much. You can say to yourself, I'm going to phase all of it out, but our subconscious is a lot stronger, I believe, than a lot of us give credit for. So my environment consists of Cody Sanchez, Alex Hormozi, Jordan Peterson, Robert Greene, Grant Cardone, who else? Jim Rohn, a little bit of Adam Grant, a little bit of Ask Vin, and some other random motivational pages that are fascinating. But really, like, when I see those faces pop up, I know that I'm going to get some information that A, hits the vibe, the philosophy that I'm looking for, and B, is necessarily going to probably inspire me. And so through observing these things, and hopefully through the motive of actually trying to inspire people, my stuff is like that. So the way that I got out of this rut is actually observing my environment, letting the systems that I put into place do their work. So the night that I wasn't feeling particularly good about my weekend, I went on my Instagram, and lo and behold, Cody Sanchez and Alex Hormozi and Layla Hormozi or whatever were like, dude, just get on with it. Just get on with the job. You got to do what you got to do. PVD, Patrick Bet Davis, he inspired me. He said the most successful people are people that are paranoid. To compare ourselves constantly to others, to think to ourselves, hey, if we're running a race with someone that wants to build millions of followers on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube for the sake of changing, or not even changing, but hopefully affecting the world in some sort of substantial way, then what would that person do? You can use that logic in any capacity, in every capacity in your life, to actualize your potential. So that's kind of how I keep myself accountable when it comes to the day-to-day grind. The opposite of that is obviously the opposite augmenter of that is obviously having a purpose that's going to drive you for an entire lifetime. And I say that if I can convince one of you to do the things that will make your life happier, make you more excited to wake up every day, I've probably won. So hopefully you found this interesting, inspiring in any capacity. If you did, share it with someone that you care about that might need to hear this message. I make stuff like this all the time, as some of you may know. And if you have a second, check out this video. It goes into the basics of boiling down what purpose is. It was one of my first couple videos. And actually, I will be putting out some courses very soon. And the Shopify store with all of my prints is probably going to go up mid-April. So look forward to that. And support me, support the movement of Terabify, of trying to return us to a more compassionate society in some capacity. Actualize your potential, catalyst. This world needs you. Take care.